Hello, my miraculous friend, and welcome to another episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. This is Reverend Francis Faden, and I'm so grateful that we get to spend this time together helping you to magnify your miracles. I have a question for you today. Are you somebody that has struggled to meditate? Do you have a hard time? Does your mind kind of race around and your thoughts are kind of going everywhere? Well, if you have struggled, I'm here to share with you a very personal story about my own struggle with meditation and what it's been like with me, for me, actually, over several years, um, much longer than that. Even having lived in a spiritual community and knowing all the techniques, and it was still a really difficult thing for me to do until Mother Mary came, until I connected with her and she started sharing with me some of the things that I was missing in my meditation practice. And I want to share these things with you today. So before we get into any of that, let's take a few deep breaths together. Just get ourselves grounded and centered. Breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. And knowing that whatever you need to hear today to move you powerfully forward to magnify your miracles is exactly what you're going to hear. We're going to take one more deep breath together in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my friend. Well, there's so much information out there about meditation, and there's so many apps out there that offer guided meditations, and I offer guided meditations, and there's just a plethora of different things out there. But actual meditation is when you are able to calm the mind down, really relax the body, still have focused attention, and pull your energy inwards. And so those are kind of the basics. If you were going to go to India and you were going to go to a meditation retreat, they're going to tell you all the things you need to kind of shut off your senses, close your eyes, cover your all those things to really bring your energy inward. And then think different techniques, lots and lots and lots of techniques that you can do. You work with your breath, you can do all kinds of things. But the essence of it really comes down to doing things to calm the mind, doing things that relax the body, release any tension, doing things that bring your awareness more inward, and then giving you that energy of focus. And it sounds simple enough, not easy to do. Well, the truth of the matter is that I have been wanting to really be a deep meditator for a long time. I had read Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I opened it right up to his chapter on Kriya Yoga, and it's all about the meditation technique that he brought to the West from India. And I was like, I want to learn that. That's totally what I want to do. And I did the whole 9 yards. I became somebody who was a disciple of Yogananda. Deepa and I moved to the spiritual community, otherwise known as an ashram. We learned all the advanced meditation techniques. We learned how to do everything. And yet I still struggled. It was still difficult for me. Not only was it difficult for me to make myself do it, which was a big red flag right there. I had to make myself do it. And then the second thing was, as I was doing it, I felt more calm, but I wasn't really feeling what I call like being in the divine presence, being in that energy. Now, every great spiritual teacher is going to tell you you don't want to look for phenomena happening when you're meditating. You don't want to get caught up in visions and all that stuff. But based on everything that I had read, I should have had a sense of like progress. I should have had a sense of um, something, other than, the fact that I did feel more calm, which is a very good thing. But it wasn't until I left the ashram. And you have to know that when we were at the ashram, we were expected to be meditating 3 hours a day, hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half in the evening. And I would do the hour and a half in the morning. Evening times, I've never been that great in the evening because I get tired. So I'd always do a shorter amount, like maybe half an hour or so. But even so, that's 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day. And I still was struggling. Now I've heard people tell me I can't even struggle for 10 minutes. And my heart goes out to everybody because I know what it's like to struggle. And I know what it's like to really want to connect with spirit. And I know what it's like to really want to have that deep feeling that everybody promises you through meditation. And what I can tell you is things didn't really work for me that well until Mother Mary came into my life. And when Mother Mary came, and when I say she came into my life, she's always been there. But in 2012, I experienced my visitation with Mother Mary. Mother Mary came, she made her presence known to me. She asked me to start channeling and being part of my work. So I did that and I've expanded that. But Mother Mary, what's interesting about her is as I've been channeling her and I'm helping other people, she's teaching me at the same time. And she has been sharing things with me that have been helpful, that have made it easier for me to meditate. Now, I've been studying her for a really long time. I've looked for every piece of information about her that I could find, which there's not a lot in the Bible. But the interesting thing is, the little bits that are there are very, very telling. They actually tell us two things in the Bible that give us a clue as Mother Mary's inner life. What was her meditation? What was she practicing? Now, there are many people that I know that are going to tell you all kinds of things, and I don't claim to be one of them that knows like how she was able to have the Immaculate Conception. Like, I don't know any of that. But what I can tell you is what she has shared with me. Mother Mary is somebody who experienced a visitation herself from Archangel Gabriel. Mother Mary is somebody who is able to channel great light. Mother Mary who is someone who lived in an occupied land under a tyrant, which many people around the world can really relate to right now, right? This idea of having leadership that is not so helpful. Mother Mary lived through that. And yet she was able to talk to angels. She was able to hear her guidance. She was able to become a channel of the greatest light that we've ever seen on the planet. How did she do that? Well, one of the things that Mother Mary shared with me is meditation is not a technique, it's a relationship. And I want you to hear that again. Meditation is not a technique, it's a relationship. I even wrote a book about this a long time ago called Meditation is Friendship with God. And it's based on something I had read that Paramahansa Yogananda had written to one of his disciples about how to approach your meditation practice, that you don't approach it like this thing you have to do or that you should do or that you're expecting to have these things happen, but that you're having spending time with your greatest friend, with the divine within you, and to approach it like a relationship. And I knew that from Yogananda, but Mother Mary helped me deepen that and really understand that meditation, your meditation practice it's a reflection of you and your relationship with spirit. And it also is something that you can cultivate like a relationship. So instead of sitting down to meditate and just trying to make yourself do something that you don't want to do, what would it be like for you? I invite you to consider this. What it would be like to sit down to meditate and to greet yourself and to connect with your own deepest energy and your wisdom and to invite the energy of the Holy Spirit to be with you. If there's anybody that knows how to meditate until they connect with the Holy Spirit, that would be Mother Mary, right? She knows how to do all these things. So all the things I was struggling to do were really kind of left brain things. You got to do it this way. You got to do it that way. First, you got to do this. Then you got to focus here. And then you got blah, all the things, right? And what was missing was the heart connection. When you have that heart connection, it is so much easier to meditate, so much easier to meditate. And the thing that I had been missing, which I call feeling the divine presence, I now feel, and I now know how to guide other people to do that because Mother Mary has taught me how to do it and what was missing. So when we combine some of the left brain things like the techniques and how to relax and all of that, all the things I said, bringing your energy in, but we bring in some of the things that Mother Mary has taught me and some of the things that it sits right there in the Bible about how to be in meditation, how to let yourself deepen your connection with your own deepest self, and how to let that love vibration really expand within you, that's when meditation starts to blossom. And so, am I a perfect meditator? I am not a perfect meditator. But what I can tell you is, as you show up for the relationship that we call meditation, just like you would with any other friend, if you're always blowing off your friend or you feel like, oh, I should call her, but I really don't want to, you're not going to have a very fulfilling friendship on your end or on her end, right? But when you have enthusiasm and you think about, oh my God, I love spending time with my friend. I can't wait to call and find out how she's doing. I can't wait to tell her how I'm doing. All of that energy, all of that intimacy, that's what transforms, in my opinion, that's what transforms your meditation practice from a great idea, something that you should do, something that lowers your stress, something that does all the great medical things that people say that it does, which it absolutely does, but it turns it from something kind of clinical into something that's personal and something that will nourish you. And that's one of the most important things. So now when I sit to meditate, which again, I'm not perfect, I don't do it, on a schedule every day, but I do it almost every day. And when I do, I sit and I sit in the presence. And Mother Mary is there with me and she's guiding me. And yes, I do things to relax my mind. And yes, I do things to relax my body. I do those things because they help and they work, but I don't stop there. I let myself dwell in the divine presence with Mother Mary, with the Holy Spirit. And I now know what it feels like when it's happening. And I can tell that I'm making some progress in my spiritual practices because I feel different, not only when I'm practicing, but throughout the day. I have a sense of peace. I have a sense of calm. I get flashes of insight. I get that flash of wisdom. I feel my heart opening, being more loving and more compassionate. All these things are things that you can do when you learn to meditate like Mother Mary. Now, I'm going to share with you that she's invited me to offer to you a way that you can start to learn what she has taught me, and that is how to meditate like Mother Mary. I'm going to be offering a 7-week course on this, and it starts the day before Ash Wednesday. So we'll be doing it all through Lent, through all 7 weeks of Lent, getting to learn to meditate like Mother Mary. I'm going to show you here. Let me put this up on the screen for those of you who are watching. You can go to francisfaden.com/meditate, and you'll find all the information there about how to sign up and what time the classes are and how you can get the super early discount. If you sign up before February 21st, 2025, you get basically half off of the registration and all the things that are on there that you're going to learn about how meditate can really transform your life. Meditation. Now, you're probably already meditating on some level. I'm hoping you listen to my meditations, but it's a very different thing to be doing passive meditation. Passive meditation is when you're listening and you're letting yourself be guided. And that's beautiful. Believe me, I love creating those and I love listening to those myself. But we're talking about active meditation when you're actually guiding your own mind. And one thing I will say that's so important, especially right now during these times that are just very uncertain and kind of tumultuous. As Mother Mary has said, we all need to do the self-care of taking care of our minds. It's really important during these times. Of all the different kinds of self-care there are, and they're all important, the most important one is to take care of your mind, to not have your mind be getting all caught up in what's happening in the world, what's not happening in the world, being all jumbled up, not being able to focus on anything. When you're able to really focus your mind, that's when your mind becomes a channel of miracles for you, because a focused mind can do anything. And a focused mind has the ability, like a laser, that laser, there's light everywhere. But when you have that magnifying glass and it becomes concentrated, that light becomes so powerful. And that's true of you and your mind. When your mind becomes so concentrated and so focused, whew, anything can become possible for you. That's why meditation is such an important part of the Magnify Your Miracle process. the Magnify Your Miracle method that I share all the time. So I just wanted to let you know, my friend, that if you're somebody who struggles, I get you. I totally understand it. You don't have to be someone who struggles. You can be somebody who shows up and has a relationship with your deeper self through meditation. And there's no wrong way to do it. And you can every day get a little bit closer, a little bit stronger, a little bit more focused and more concentrated than you were the day before. And you can let go of the energy of struggle, which is what I'm inviting you to do. So I'm going to put this up here one more time for you. I would love to have you join me in this beautiful program, Meditate Like Mother Mary. We're going to do exactly what it says in the Bible. There's 2 references in the Bible about Mother Mary that give us a really strong, clear idea of how she meditated and what it was like for her and what it can be like for us. And to spend this time together during the Lenten season, which is the time of preparation for a miracle. It's the 7 weeks where we all take time to really prepare ourselves for our own rebirth. The earth is doing it herself here in the Northern Hemisphere, and we can do it as well and really prepare for that beautiful energy of resurrection, that beautiful energy of a miracle. Whatever your miracle is, meditation is one of the keys, one of the most important keys to help you experience that in whatever way that's supposed to show up for you. So join me right there, francisfaden.com/meditate. And if you join again before February 21st, 2025, you'll receive basically half off of the registration. And you don't need a coupon code or anything. You can just go to the page and sign up. Well, I hope that this was a really inspiring message for you, because one of the things I have learned is that learning to connect is the most important thing. It's actually everything. Because the only problem that we all have is that sense of separation from our higher self, from each other. Feeling separate is the only real problem that we all have, which means that the only real solution is connection. And connection is the key to learning to magnify your miracles. Through connection come miracles. And meditation, in my opinion, is the gateway to create that deeper sense of connection. I hope you join me, my friend. And please know your miracle, it's already here. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.